Hello, and welcome to the Finding Wisdom Show. My name is Linda Singh, and I have a very special guest here with me today in our studios. I have Debbie Singh. Debbie Singh has been known in the neighborhood, maybe all over Queens, New Jersey, Bronx, Brooklyn. Anyway, she sings at different gatherings, at different mandiras, temples, and she has a very unique and beautiful voice. She's here with us today, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about what she's doing these days. And she just recently launched her own company, Lakshana, and she just produced her own CD called Shamsa, which I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's called Shamsa, which means sunshine. And we're going to find out a little bit more about what Debbie's, a little bit more about her and her inspirations, what got her into music. And let's see, let's bring her out and see what she has to say. Thank you so much for coming, Debbie. How are
Thank
you?
you very much. I'm fine, thank you, and I'm happy to be here
I'm very happy to have
on
you
your
here.
Finding Wisdom show, which I really do enjoy watching.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job, and here I am today to share this big experience with you.
Thank you. We're so proud to have you here today. So
Thank you.
you've got to tell us, give us all the goods on what made you decide to launch your own company, your entertainment company.
Um, I believe in expanding and doing fruitful things, and why will I have someone else produce my CD when I can produce my CD?
Wow, I love that.
You know, and I have two children, and I decided to give both of them, you know, a break. I'm like, I'll name the company Lakshana after my second child,
Nice.
and name the CD Shamsa after my first child.
Wow.
And everybody agreed, and I said yes. So we went ahead and we launched a beautiful company for local entertainment, taking tours to places of interest for youth to learn more about culture and history, and you know, so that they can pass this down in storytelling time to their children and grandchildren.
Wow, that's beautiful. So what kinds of things does your entertainment company do? How do you help people if someone wanted to learn more about it?
So it's a very young company. We have just done one program so far. That's launching of Shamsa. It was a grand event held at the Fairfield Pavilion, well attended. Entertainment was classic. Um, it was one of a kind of its, you know, that was done in Queens. From the words I get from the people who were there, and the regretful words I get from the people who couldn't make it, encourage me to do, you know, to do more things like that. So that was our first venture, and
I'm sure there's going to be many, many more.
Yes, it did go very well.
Wow.
And now that the weather is going to clear up, we're going to plan our second
Venture?
event, venture, whatever it will be. But
Wow.
it will be another one to talk about. Maybe I'll come back here to tell you about it.
Great. I'm sure the fans and the viewers would love to hear more about it.
Yes.
When I said Debbie Singh is coming on the show, oh, my email got bombarded. I'm like, wow,
Oh, wow.
she has such a
Yes,
beautiful, powerful, unique voice. Your voice is not like many other singers you may have heard before.
Thank
So you're very, very, very blessed to have that kind of voice.
Thank you.
And the viewers that may not know who Debbie Singh is, you're going to know today. Well, Debbie, let me see. Let the viewers know a little bit about you. Give us a little bit more info from growing up in Guyana. Where are you from in Guyana?
I'm from the east coast of Demerara, a
Okay.
beautiful place called Enmore.
Enmore, okay.
Yes. Basically, all family were living like right there. And you know, in the country, neighbors are family. So we had one big family, the same set of people you go to school with, the same set of people you go to Mandir with, the same set of people you go to the movies, you know. So we were one big happy family there. And a lot of us, when we as children started singing, not everybody continued, but I did.
Okay.
And
What made you continue? What made you see that you had something to sing, the passion, the desire?
do you believe people born with some things within? I feel I was born with that. I
Wow.
loved singing. I sing all the time. I started when I was 6 in public places. I probably started singing when I was much younger, maybe barely pronouncing the words.
Okay.
My father was a member of the VDRT orchestra, which was kept at our home. So I was open to all of this from the age of 4 or 5. And,
Wow. And
you
look,
know,
look at where you are now, launching your CD.
yes,
That's beautiful. Um, what you were also into broadcasting, I believe. Is that
yes,
correct in
yes.
Guyana?
I worked as a TV broadcaster for
Oh,
7 years,
okay.
approximately 7 years.
What was that like?
It was amazing, challenging, amazing. You meet different people, you do different things. All my programs were promoting local talent and teaching people about culture and things that we're not, as children, we should know about our religion and whatever I read about and, learned, I shared
Okay, that's
with
beautiful.
my viewers. Yes, NTN, I worked for NTN. When you go to Guyana, you should visit them.
Well, visit them with an NTN.
NTN,
Okay. When I go to Guyana, I'll visit NTN.
sure.
Um, so tell me a little bit more about where have you been after you came back from Guyana broadcasting. What did you do after that?
I left Guyana and then I went to India,
You went to India.
where I lived for a year.
Wow. What was that like living in India? Did you know Hindi?
Um, the first day I wanted to just come back home.
Okay.
And thank you to the late Sri Prakash Kasai, a dear friend of mine. He emailed me, and because he had that experience, he said, "Don't even think of coming back home.
Wow.
You stay there, the time will go by, and you will look back." I'm looking back now, and I'm like, it was so long ago. Um, but India is truly an inspirational place for people to be. I have learned so much. I have gained so much.
Is there anything you could share with the audience,
Do we have
our
time?
viewers? If you could put it in one word, what would you say India
So
has taught you?
I learned Hindi. I speak and write, read, explain Hindi fluently. Um, I did some vocal training. I won a singing competition in India.
You did. Tell
I
us more about that. What happened? What
so
was your journey in winning that competition?
I was selected to join the singing competition, and I was like so nervous. I'm like, with all these singers here, when they hear you're from Guyana, the people in India don't even know where Guyana is. and,
Wow.
I'm, and they're like, how do you know that language to sing? It's all a big strange thing. With the encouragement with friends again from the West Indies who were studying there with me, they're like, we're all there. Um, the I it was about 75 contestants, and then they broke it down to about 20, and I was in the 20 final, in the final, one of the finalists in the last 20 people. I barely knew Hindi as much as I do now then, and when they announced that Pratham means first, and I had no clue it was me. I thought I got a third place. And then my Guyanese friends and some other Sri Lankans, they're like, you just won the competition. I, it was quite, it was an experience. It was joy. I cried. I did everything because you never, some of us, we don't know what we can do unless we're being pushed to do it. So, and that was one of my awakenings. And then I said to myself, really? I have done this. Then I realized where I stand as a singer.
Well, that's a major accomplishment. Wow,
Thank
congratulations.
you very much.
That's very wonderful. So after you achieved that and you came back from India, what was life like for you over here?
When I came here, I'm a member of the America Sevashram Shangha,
Okay.
and they have branches everywhere in the world. So I started in Guyana, where they have the Guyana Sevashram Sangha. So when I came here, there was a home for me at the America Sevashram Shangha. So I started going to temple, and they were the same people that I knew from back home who moved here. So I went right into it. I've been there ever since, um, under the guidance of two swamis out of the West Indies. And the teachings are something I will take with me wherever I go.
Oh, wow. What inspired you to do? I know I've asked you that question. Let me just rephrase it a little bit. What inspired you to do Sunshine? The songs that you have on the CD. What would you say? What did? How was it produced? What did you go through while producing it, getting inspired to go that route?
First of all, it took me an entire year to finish. Um, the guy who put the music together was very easy to work with. That's
Okay.
the first thing. Secondly, you know, we all have things that we go through in our daily lives, and then you know, every day I sang those songs like every single day until I feel I can sing them without a paper because they're very long. They're mostly like chants, and you know, they're divine chants. They're not like regular bhajans. They're very prayerful, meaningful chants.
Well, that's where I'm leading up to. What made you decide to do that type of chanting and kind of singing for the people to hear?
Because it's different. A lot of local talented artists out of the West Indies have done CDs, and they have done bhajans, and you know, a lot of people have learned them. But going to the ashram, like on Shivratri, on Ram Navami, on certain special occasions, when these very appropriate chants are being done, maybe just one person is singing it. And that, it dawned on me then that these people need to know it. And then I selected these chants and I did them on a CD. And I'm looking forward for the next occasion, and I'm hoping that instead of just one voice singing this, I will hear it from more people.
I think you will. This is a start to something that I think will grow.
Yes.
In terms of prayer, do you think that people know a lot about prayer and the songs and the mantras when they go to temple, or they need more awareness?
We all need more awareness. This world is developing faster and faster. And the ancient legacy, let's say the legacy that is there, that was, we need, there is so much more for us to learn.
Yes.
We barely know anything. You know, I speak with some people, and then I thought I would bring up a topic, and I will feel, oh, I have this, I can handle it. And then a learned person will bring this on a whole new level and teach them, like, what did I know? So, of course, there is always things in our culture, our religion, for us to learn.
And how important it is to keep up culture?
It is the most important thing for me. I wish everyone would share that view. I don't know. But it's the most important thing. Because as we have just observed Indian Immigration Day, I heard, like, I was listening to the radio and, you know, watch different TV shows, and one caller said, I don't know if it's a day that we should mourn or be happy. And I wish I could have answered him because the producer of that show did not answer.
What would you have said?
I would say there is nothing to be sad about.
Okay.
Because our foreparents came here, most of them were uneducated, but they did not lack intelligence.
You mean they didn't have sorry.
They were not
They were
educated,
uneducated, meaning
but did
book
not
wise.
lack, right, they did not lack intelligence. Um, you will agree with me that people who came to Guyana and Trinidad 175 years ago worked and built movie theaters and put up some of the most beautiful buildings, but they did not know to read and write.
That's true.
And what they brought to the West Indies and gave into us, we're what, the third generation, fourth generation? We have almost 5 generations or more from 175 years ago. It is the most amazing thing to watch a child 5 years old play a harmonium and sing.
Yes.
It is the most beautiful thing to watch a child who can barely pick up a pair of tabla and walk with it, play tunes that I can sing to.
And to realize that the culture will carry on even after we're not here anymore.
Yes, and that is why it is so important that we learn as much as we can and pass it on to our children, grandchildren, friends, and dear family.
And that way the children will understand who they are, their identity.
Absolutely.
Because when you don't know who you are, where you came from, it's kind of hard to know where you're going to go. What do you see for the future youths in America that are of Indian background? What do you see happening?
Um, I feel very positive.
Okay.
There are manders everywhere in Queens, and hats off to the priests, most of the priests, who have like youth groups. And I met this Pandit Manoj, and he has about 50 or 60 little children with him, where they go to the orphanage, they feed children on they're so busy, they pray. You should hear them doing mantras. It's so impressive, and I feel if they continue that way, we have not a lot to worry about.
Let me ask you a question, because a lot of people say, oh, religion, they don't really, not interested in being religious, or oh, I'm not interested, too busy, or I'm an atheist. What would you say? Do you think a lot of people know how to pray?
No.
No? How do you think people should go about learning to pray?
It is very simple, Linda. I was taught this when I was a very little girl by Swami Vidyanand. And he said, when we pray, we communicate with God. And when we sing, we praise God. I praise God all the time because I sing every day. But praying is to communicate with God. You shouldn't go asking for, there are different types of prayers. And I believe that we should never ask for anything, because Bhagwanji knows everything. He knows what we need, he knows what we think, he knows everything. And when we take those moments to pray, to be silent, recite some mantra that you believe in, and focus on some deity that you believe in, it gives you that peace. And unless you do that wholeheartedly, you're not praying.
That's true.
Some people will pick a flower, go in front of their altar, they're like, oh God, I have to go to court today, can you help me let everything be fine? And they come home and everything did not go well, and they blame God.
Yeah, that is so true.
Swamiji calls people like that bhogi, because the person who does real prayer, unconditional prayer, it's called a yogi.
Right.
And you don't have to be religious to be spiritual.
That's true.
I advise all viewers, be contented. Take a few moments to yourself for God. And you feel, if you wholeheartedly do that for 2 minutes, when you open your eyes and you realize how you feel, tomorrow you will do it for 4 minutes.
Yes, I agree with that. Thank you so much for being here. The show's going to wrap up. But before we go, I want to know, how could someone get in contact with you and get a copy of the CD?
Um,
Sunshine.
they can come to Like us on Facebook, inbox me on Facebook, Lakshana Entertainment Inc. Like us on Facebook, go to Lakshana Entertainment Inc. We have a group. You feel free to join. Inbox me for a copy of Shamsa, a beautiful CD I am sure you will enjoy. Anyone, if you have a man there or an organization and would like to sell this, 25% goes to the organization. Um, you can come to the America Sevashram Shanghai. They have it on sale there, and many stores on Liberty Avenue. Too many for me to remember all the names, but you will hear it playing as you walk down the West Indian part of Liberty Avenue. And in New Jersey, Jersey City, there are various vendors. Any one of them you can find Shamsa on sale. But like us on Facebook, you may have a group discount.
Okay, great. That's great to know. Thank you so much for being on the show. And to our viewers, don't change the dial. We have something very special for you. We're going to have Debbie live in the studio sing us her new songs. So stay tuned.